Hey everyone, so this is gonna be a tutorial on the restricted new game and new game plus categories, and the main things we're gonna go over are the encounters, the crafting and resources, as well as the restart checkpoints. I'm gonna do some of the movement skips, but a lot of them I'm gonna defer to Caliber's tutorial of this that's done on Grounded. But a lot of the movement is still going to apply to this category as well. And I think he does a lot better job of explaining and executing those. So, if there's anything you see here that I didn't explain or that I didn't show at all, definitely um, go to his channel for that. And I'll definitely put that in the description so you guys can easily see it. So the first thing we're gonna do is just make sure all our settings are intact and valid, because there's also an unrestricted category which allows a lot of the cheats and stuff, but that is not gonna be allowed here. So we're just gonna run through what has to be turned off. So if we go to options, accessibility, all of the combat accessibility has to be turned off. Um, Navigation, traversal, skip puzzle has to be turned off. Infinite breath and all. And then high contrast display also has to be turned off. Um, Pretty much everything else can turn lock on aim if you want, although it's not gonna help you much. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. Awareness indicators, that's fine, and we're gonna be using that a lot in this run. And one other important thing, and we'll probably talk about it at the end, make sure you show the speedrun recap at the end when you submit it to speedrun.com. So you want to make sure you do that. So yeah, let's jump right in and we'll just go through the entire game. This is going to be so pre-order bonus has to be turned off on all categories for this game, and then everything else is up to you. Um, there's permadeath category as well if you want that. This one's going to be regular. So all we're going to do is put speedrun mode on. I just personally turn all these off except awareness indicators, but that's up to you guys. Only apply pre-order bonus has to be turned off. And obviously permadeath if you're not running it. Or everything else is up to you guys. Yeah, let's jump right into it. Like I was saying earlier, this tutorial is gonna be mostly comprised of the encounters, the RCs. There are gonna
Hello?
be some that are
Sarah,
different
honey, I need
grounded.
to get your daddy on the phone.
Uncle
And
Tommy, what time is it?
I
what
need to talk to your
resources
dad
we
now. There's
pick
something.
up when we do nail bomb,
Uncle
molly,
Tommy? Hello?
that sort of, as well as ammo pickups. That's gonna help us. Yeah, the
What was
first part's
that?
pretty straightforward. You want to take the most direct path
Dad?
to get
Daddy?
to the room with Joel.
Uh, what was that?
Yeah, so a lot of the stuff from Master in terms of the beginning,
There's his phone.
mostly the same. Kind of just walk through with Sarah and then run through with Joel till the end of the intro. Or the recent patch
Here you
allowed
are.
the
Sarah,
intro to be a bit
are you
about
okay?
Yeah?
10 seconds quicker, so that's good.
Does anyone
But
come in here?
No, who would come
other
in
than
here?
that, there's
Don't go near the doors. Just
much
stand
different
back there.
here.
Dad, you're kind of freaking me out. What's going on?
It's the
And
curse.
Tommy's gonna
Something right with him.
Gonna be faster. That's where the
Sick.
time difference comes
Kinda
from.
sick.
Hey, Sarah. How you holding up, honey?
Yeah, a couple things to keep in mind.
Can we hear us
We're
on
gonna
the
have
radio?
a
Yeah, sure thing.
slow time here. Um, you're gonna see a pattern with the restart
Cell
encounters.
phone,
Um,
no radio.
especially at the
I was
beginning of
doing
each
great.
encounter and at the end.
A minute ago, newsman
A
went
lot
and
of the
shot him.
times we're gonna
Say
be
where to go?
using the restart
Said,
checkpoint there because that's gonna
always
save
put up
us
roadblocks on the highway.
a bit of time when it
We're getting
comes
into Travis
to
County.
We need to get the hell out.
the
Take 71.
71, that's where I'm headed.
where Joel is placed or
Did they
Ellie.
say how many are
Or,
dead?
Probably a lot.
that's just something to
Travis
keep in
one
mind
family
of.
on
It's gonna be a
Magnolia Drive.
pattern that's recurring
Right.
when it comes to the restart checkpoint.
Jesus Christ, how did this happen?
They got no clue. But we ain't the only
This
town.
category has like a
There's
lot of
some just
headshots you need
south.
because unlike Grounded,
The East Coast, the West
you don't
Coast.
have the one-shot revolver or the one-shot
Holy hell.
rifle for
That's Lewis's farm.
the runners.
I hope that son bitch made it
So
out.
we're gonna be using the pistol a lot.
Boy sick?
The
No,
revolver
of
once
course
we get
not.
to it.
How do you know?
They said it's just
Surprisingly,
told
we're
people
not gonna
in
be
the city.
using the
We're good.
Didn't
rifle
you
at
know it
all
in the city?
until we get to all the way up to
That's right,
ranch.
you did.
The first
We're
time,
fine.
first and I think the last time we're
Alright.
gonna. So the
See what
rifle's
they
not
need?
really that
What do you think you're doing? Keep driving.
useful to
I
us
got a
in this
kid,
run.
Joe.
It's gonna be a
So
lot
do
of
we.
pistol,
We have room.
revolver,
Keep driving,
and
Tommy.
shotgun most in terms of the weapons.
You ain't seen what I see.
Yeah,
Somebody
even
else
the
pull up.
bow we don't need that much.
Should have helped him.
Flamethrower I don't even pick up. Yeah, we are gonna use the shorty pistol a bit once we get it, as well as the
This is bad.
Diablo. But
Everyone
the
and their mother had
majority
the
is
same
gonna
damn
be
idea.
We could
Fun.
just backtrack and...
and the shotgun. So they did patch the shotgun to be a bit better because it was really broken when the game first came out.
Holy shit!
That's definitely gonna help.
What the fuck just happened? What the fuck just happened? Did you see that?
Yes, I saw it.
God damn.
Turn here, turn here.
No.
Come on, people, move.
What are they running from?
Get us out.
I'm gonna try to break down
Ah,
obviously the speedrun, the most ideal strat, but
We can't stop
there'll be a
here
couple
until-
areas where there'll be
Back up there!
some
There's a
safer
highway
strats
too!
we can
There,
do,
there! Hold on! Go!
just so you guys can get comfortable with the encounter, and then you can move up to the fastest way to do the encounter. So I'll definitely break those down once we get there.
Daddy? Okay.
Ammo for the most part isn't going to be a big concern. The shotgun drops are random, so sometimes that's going to hurt us, but in terms of pistol, especially in the beginning, there's going to be a lot to work with. You can't hit your headshot. Yeah, there you can hold square, you don't have to mash it. Either one works. So this specific part I'd recommend looking at Anthony's tutorial,
I'm here, baby.
because
I'm here. Come, give me your
you
hand.
can get up to like a 725 at the end
What is
for
it?
this
My leg hurts.
for the intro split. I think I usually get like
Gonna
730.
need to run.
I don't know the specific move for this one, but
Keep us
mainly
safe.
you want to make sure Tommy's
Well, hold on
keeping
tight.
up with you. Do this part.
Daddy, I'm scared.
Just keep your eyes closed, honey.
Yeah, obviously, compared to remastered, people don't get in your way as much at all, so obviously you want to go around them as much as you can.
There's people are on fire.
There's Tommy. I think I pushed Tommy by accident. I was trying to get out of his way, but that's why I was trying to see
We're
where
gonna get out of this. I promise.
we can catch up with us here. There he is.
Get back! There's too many of them!
I just stand here, I think. So here, the fastest way to do it is, you want to have hold for the repeated button presses, and once you get to this runner, just spam square and it goes quicker. Don't hold it because it's much longer.
God damn it.
So yeah, use the hold there and then just mash it. I use hold like throughout the run, but either one. In that specific instance, you want to use hold. About faster than actually holding it,
I cannot run him.
mashing
I
it.
will meet you there. Hurry.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna get like a 730 or 731.
He's gonna be fine.
But if you want to go the fastest, definitely check out section on
They're getting
this
closer.
part.
Dad?
It's okay, baby. We're safe.
So I did forget I can't use speedrun mode for this. Because obviously we're gonna be reloading files when we practice. But I wanted to get to the end of that split so we can do chapter select. This. Make sure all the settings are intact. I think we had one where yeah, skip puzzle. So yeah, once that split ends, we'll just be in the next one, right? Yeah, obviously you want speedrun mode on when you do an actual run, but this is gonna be showing encounters multiple times. We're gonna just do a regular file. Yeah, once we skip the cutscene when Sarah dies, this is where we'll be.
The checkpoint's still open.
Only got a few hours left until curfew.
Well, we better hurry up then.
I got served the damn papers this morning. I've been selected for outside work duty.
So coming up here is gonna be
I'll make sure to tell
once we're able to start jogging, we're gonna be able to stay in front of Tess. We want to do that as long as possible. It is a big tricky, and it's not the end of the world if she gets ahead of you, but you want to try to be ahead of her as long as you can when doing this part.
Compliance with all city personnel is mandatory.
Look at that. Ration line hasn't opened yet.
So you don't have to hold sprint here. Yeah, I like to hold the camera a little down so I can see where Tess is coming from, especially when I first started out. Yeah, just try to hold it as best you can,
Infected.
I just want
as
more
long
people to
as you
stay.
can. You can take a swift left here coming up right there.
I
And we got it
some
first try.
materials. They shouldn't give us any static up there.
So that definitely saves a few seconds, but again, it's not a big deal in a 3-hour run.
You see your IDs. There you go. What's your business here?
Got the day off. Visiting a
So
friend.
here, during the tutorial in-game, it asks you to do the quick turn. But if you actually like sprint back, start sprinting back as you change the camera, it should be like maybe a second quicker. If you look at my gamepad, I still have the tutorials on. I turn those off. Yeah, definitely turn these off. Because it's gonna save you some.
Oh, let's go. Come on.
So yeah, if you have that tutorial turned off, just
Looks like the coast is clear.
start sprinting backwards and then change the camera.
Checkpoint 5 is now closed until further notice.
Like we're coming up on our first restart checkpoint. So
Someone
here,
say
as soon
easy
as look very carefully at Tess's eyes, when she squints after she gives it to you, that's when you want to.
Patch yourself up, all right?
And for all the RCs, like when you first start out, if you want to make sure um you're not too early, just go into the load game and look at the in-game timer. It says 158. It changes the time. That's when you know. So there she squinted her eyes. So if you check here too, it says 221. So that's how we know the next checkpoint been hit.
We're
So
gonna
this will
close
save
all
us
the
having
checkpoints.
to
We're gonna have to go around the outside.
heal
Outside the wall.
in that whole
Or
animation.
we could just let Robert go.
That definitely saves a
Hey,
decent
Tess,
amount of
you see
time.
that shit?
I was there. Hey, how's the east tunnel looking?
It's clear. I just used it. No patrols. And where are you off to?
Gonna pay Robert a visit?
You too?
Who else is looking for him?
Marlene? She's been asking around, trying to find him.
And if you guys have any
Marlene?
questions like
What do
about
the
anything in the
Fireflies need with
tutorial,
Robert?
You think
I'll
she
put a
told
link to
Or
the
what did you tell
speedrunning,
her?
the truth?
Last of Us
I got no idea
speedrunning
where he's
Discord
Good man.
in the description
Hey,
as
you stay
well,
out of
in all
trouble, all
the
right? Military's
tutorial
gonna be out in
videos.
force soon.
at. Yeah, see you around.
You can always ask questions there as well.
Marlene looking for Robert? What do you make of that?
So the next
Oh, yeah.
RC is gonna be coming
We
up.
better find him before the Fireflies.
See these squares. Once you get the second to the last one right here, the second one. This will be the last one. Second one here. Once you pass that, then RC,
Hey guys, how's it going?
and it makes the
Stirring up out there.
dialogue
How we
start a
looking
bit
over here?
quicker as well as
It's been quiet.
for
No
Joel
signs
into
of military or infected.
the
That's what I
room.
like to hear.
Yeah, so whenever you're waiting for a prompt, I do like to just angle myself
Joel, give me a hand with
to
this.
minimize the amount of time either the camera has to adjust or Joel has to adjust. So you want to get in the habit of doing
I'll
that.
take it
'Cause
easy
there's
out
going to
there.
be quite a few prompts throughout the entirety of the game.
Let there be light.
So this is another area where you don't have to hold sprint.
Oh, God, this place reeks.
But
need
I
to
think
wash
if
it
you
and
hold
throw
it
away
right
down
when you
here.
jump here, you get a
Let's grab our gear.
very mini.
Our backpacks are still
Yeah,
here.
another
from
one
last
right
time.
here. Prompt where just angle your camera,
Not a lot of ammo.
angle to a
Empty
way
shots
where
count.
it's already facing the gun and everything. Here you do want to hold sprint.
All right, Texas. Boost me up.
Yes, ma'am.
So same thing here whenever someone's lifting you up. Try to angle yourself to avoid Joel having to move additional waste like half a second or whatever it's gonna be. There's just small things because there's gonna be a bunch where
Got it.
an NPC is gonna be helping you or you're waiting for a prompt.
Be
So
careful.
crouch
Maybe
here.
not.
Got a trick question.
And once you get out, you'll be able to jog. If you go from the left side, you're gonna have to. You'll be able to jog for a while. So make sure you go on the right side there.
Got it.
Great, bring it
Pretty
over.
straightforward. Get the ladder. So as soon as we put the ladder and test goes up, as soon as we get on the ladder and start moving, as soon as we can move on the ladder,
Ladies first.
we'll have
Lady.
another
You
RC.
must be thinking of someone else.
So as soon as you can restart checkpoint. We're coming up to our
Down through
first
here.
encounter.
You think Robert's still got our guns?
So here you can try to get ahead of task to get
Once we get our
another
merchandise
boost.
back, it should be easy to unload.
Just another.
Spores.
Hell are all these
Yeah, as soon as you get in there,
This was clearly
crouch, and then as soon as
Stay alert.
test finishes saying spores, you can jog again.
You okay?
Yeah.
So this is
Hey,
gonna be
shit
our
is falling apart.
first
Be careful.
ammo pickup. There's gonna be 2 pistol here.
Easy.
We're gonna have, I think,
Watch
5
it.
to start. So this will get us up to 7. You can reload either now or later. It doesn't matter 'cause we're not gonna be shooting in the.
Up ahead. You hear that?
So this is the area I was mentioning earlier. You want to turn off the tutorial messages, otherwise gonna slow you down. It's gonna force you to like use the listen mode. So here we're gonna go as close as we can and then crouch. And once we pass right here, then you can jog again. Do one more time. So this is just yeah, you can't get too close. This is something you practice over time and you'll get the timing down. Once you pass the corner of this table, you can run again. So this one should be relatively straightforward. If you're worried you're gonna get caught, just crouch until you get to that corner of the table. Run. That should save you about 3 seconds if you do it
After you.
fastest way possible.
Cover the entrance.
I got it.
Go under here. You sprint jump here, you'll get a little boost again.
Here, pass it to me.
It's a bit heavy.
I think I can handle it.
All right.
Yeah, we want to get ahead of Tess here. It should be pretty simple. Just go around her. Make sure you jump here because you won't just fall off. But make sure to
there ain't
press
any
X
soldiers
there.
around.
It's clear. Come on.
And I like to look at Tess when I'm going under this just so she catches up. Because we are going to need her to open the door here. I like to angle myself with the door just to avoid that extra camera adjustment. And once he passes this table, we're going to do another RC. And make sure you go in front of Tess, or to Tess so she can start the main game of knocking the door, and then we can go back and pick up that pistol ammo.
Make sure the coast is clear. No soldiers, none of Robert's men, yeah?
You know he's expecting us.
Yeah, there's more downtime here.
More interesting.
Once she opens the door, we'll just go in.
Good to go. Come on.
You'll be able to jog for a while here, and then be corner for a bit. And then
No, it's good.
it'll be walking again.
You touch it, you buy it.
This should be the last walking we do for a while. I want to say until we get to near the end.
Where do you think you were going?
Ellie in the highway.
Oh, sorry, Tess. Didn't realize you two.
Look at the giraffe. I could be forgetting one.
Who's that?
An old headache. Don't ask.
You'll be able to sprint once you pass the end here. I have another in-game cutscene.
I'm looking for Robert.
And we'll have one more that starts
through
the
here?
encounter.
Half hour ago. You went back to the war.
This encounter is
Yeah.
pretty straightforward. What we're gonna do is the guy on the left gonna pop up, and we just want to pre-aim. So as soon as he pops up, we can just headshot him, and then we'll do the same with the second guy that's on the right. Sometimes the second guy, the one in the cap, so the one in the beanie is gonna be the first guy that's gonna be on the left. The one in the cap, he should
need to turn around and head
peek his
back if
head
you
just
know it's
forward,
free.
but sometimes
Our beef
he
isn't with you.
peeks it to the
It's with
right,
Robert.
or
We
even
don't wanna
like
do
just
this.
jump like
Turn the
stands
fuck
up to the
around and
right.
leave now.
So when
I'm
that
not
happens,
going
you just want to
anywhere without
adjust
Robert.
accordingly.
Bitch, I will bash your
But,
skull unless
um,
you turn around and get your dumb ass
Yeah,
out of here.
we want to get 2 headshots
Fuck
here.
this.
And as soon as the
Take
restart
cover!
encounter ends,
You ready?
it disappears from the pause menu,
I'll cover you.
we're gonna
Put the ammo on
RC. So just left stick, shoot
Dead asshole!
at this guy. So here how it says restart checkpoint and restart encounter. Once the restart encounter disappears, of course that means that the encounter is ended, and we've hit the restart checkpoint, the next checkpoint. So it'll move us up a bit, and then we can going.
All right. Well,
So this will be another area where you want to try to angle yourself
Give me your hand.
a little bit back right from where you started, and you'll get that through runs you do. Get the optimal angle to save a bit of time. So here's the next encounter, and for this one we'll save once the encounter starts.
More Roberts guys.
So we can show it a couple times.
How do you know they're coming? Two of our guys died.
Well,
trying
for
to
this
take
one I
us
think
out.
we might be fine to restart
Guarantee that
encounter.
she and Joel are on their way here right now.
But I'll
with
save
Rob.
just in case.
Jesus.
I think of something. Um
We shouldn't have taken.
so what you want, so I'll show what I do first, then
Let's
break it.
spread out and make sure no one's creeping around in here.
So essentially what you want to do is kill the first guy with the headshot here, and then we'll kill the second guy on the left. So yeah, as you can see, there's two different RNGs. And see, this is what you want to avoid. You want to get headshots, otherwise you're going to get the begging animation. That's going to lose you like 4 to 5 seconds. And the reason why I didn't shoot that bald guy immediately is because sometimes when you do that, the key ends up being in one of these guys instead. So I like to do one shot there and then try to get a headshot. So we'll do one more time. That one was... Get him. The one there and then one there. That'll ensure that the key gets over there. So let me see what happens when I kill him as fast as possible. The last guy. I might still get the key, but sometimes it's not guaranteed, so just wait a little. So and then this next encounter, as soon as the unlocks the door and is about to open it, that's when the restart checkpoint is hit. And this is actually a different encounter. But yeah, that's where we're gonna RC. And we're gonna get 3 headshots here. I like to get this bald guy first because otherwise he runs away if you miss. Or if you shoot one of the 2 guys ahead of you.
Consolidated the crate.
There he didn't run away, but sometimes he'll run away. So you want to make sure you get the bald guy first. Just kind of line it up. This definitely takes some practice. So but yeah, and then we're gonna get 2 headshots here. But this guy's almost always gonna be here, and the second guy is gonna be random. Sometimes he's here, sometimes he's here, sometimes he's even down here or here. So you just want to keep that in mind once you reach that stage of the encounter. Just wait a bit, shoot once, then make sure you pick up the key, and once the lock clicks and he's about to open it, then RC, and we're gonna headshot him. So remember, the first beanie guy's almost always gonna be right here. This is really weird where he's gonna just... So just learn to adapt. Usually when you do it the first time in the speed run, he's gonna be in the same spot. Sometimes when you load the file, it messes up the RNG. So same as before, once the restart encounter ends, just restart checkpoint. And it'll place you on the bottom next to the gate. So this next encounter is pretty straightforward. We're just gonna run past in a specific pattern. And we're gonna shoot the guy that's all the way at the end near the door. Because if you don't shoot him, the prompt's not gonna be there to get to the
There's our
next
boy.
room where Robert is. So it's important that you shoot the last guy that's
That
near
cocky
the
son
door.
of a bitch.
And we're gonna shoot at him
Check
from
this
like
out.
relatively far. But if you want to get up close and shoot him, you can as well.
Let's be smart about this.
But the most
Shit
important
goes
thing is
wrong.
that you do kill him.
Yeah,
So I like to take it from right here. Just headshot him. Reason I don't do it from here is because sometimes if he gets alerted, he starts like moving around. And it makes it harder to hit. When you do it from back there,
We just want to talk, Robert.
it's just easier because he's
Got
standing
fucking
still.
nothing to talk about.
So
Put your gun
definitely
down.
go back if you want to see that one. I think that
Go
one's
fuck
pretty
yourself.
straightforward in terms
He's running.
of learning it.
Robert.
So we'll keep going here.
Joel,
You,
this
Joel.
way.
Yeah, some people go through the next one, some people go through this one.
Joel.
I guess either one's fine. Then we got another cutscene here. So very important here, make
gotta
sure
get
you
outta
pick
here,
up this stick here. We're gonna need it when we fight the infected in downtown. And if you jump over this right here,
I know a
it'll
way
make
around this. Come on.
Marlene go a little bit quicker. So here, once Marlene goes, we want to make sure we're second. Yeah, this New Game Plus, there's gonna be a few things we do here, but for New Game, yeah, it's gonna go in and then wait for Marley. We're not gonna use any parts or pills this run. But yeah, just pick up everything else that's in there and pick up the parts if you want. If you're around like a lot of stuff, if you hold triangle, picks up everything near your area. That's the main reason why I took the parts there.
Joel, give me a hand with this.
There's no time crunch really there. Do it fast, but just something to keep in mind moving forward. So here with Marlene, we're gonna go to the left first to guide her that way, and then
holding up. I'll live.
you're gonna try to sneak in there. I didn't do it right, but that'll allow you to get ahead of her, maybe a second or two. You can always look at Anthony's tutorial for that. That's like one of the movement things
Hold up.
I was talking about.
Soldiers. That's the way out. The door under the bridge.
Ain't a big fan of these odds.
We can sneak by.
So
them.
this is another encounter that's pretty
We'll
straightforward.
see how it goes.
We're just gonna run past the enemy,
moving.
then we're gonna try to get hit by the last guy that's at the
We need to get
door right there ahead of us. Once we get there, because if he hits us, we'll have we'll take damage, and that'll allow us to heal while we're crouched. Healing while you're crouched is faster than just walking. So unfortunately, it does take a second sometimes to get hit by him. But once we do that, luckily he was right in front of us there. Sometimes he's like in cover or something. But it does save time to do compared to just running in, even though we are waiting a couple seconds. Because we're going to be going pretty far here. And we'll be able to save a second or two. By.
It's not far now.
You want to be careful. Look at the health bar and make sure you don't
You okay?
pass
I'm running on fumes. I'll make it.
near the end of it, because sometimes it like heals
The place is right
automatically for you if you get too close. So I try to go maybe like around halfway to 60% of what's
Anyone caught
remaining.
outside without proper authorization will be arrested and
That should
fined.
get you.
The hell are we
So once we hit near the top of these steps, we're gonna have another RC. So right about there. And you can always check the load file. See the exact spot. It might be a few inches earlier. So we're gonna have another cutscene skip here. We'll have the dumpster puzzle coming up, which is also straightforward.
Down here.
Won't keep up.
Yeah, so there's a lot of more downtime until we get to Billstown, so it's gonna be not too many encounters, a lot more just taking the least
Up there.
amount
That'll
of
get us to the north tunnel.
How are we supposed to reach that?
steps possible to get from one area to the other. So once you press circle, there's actually delays, so you can press it a little earlier. Before when you actually wanted to stop. So just keep that in mind. Maybe like a second earlier you can stop and press circle. So in New Game Plus, the health actually doesn't fully regenerate on RCs.
Times.
But we'll be able to do that healing thing again while crouched.
First.
In New Game
you do with you,
Plus, or in
Marlene?
New Game, we had like too much health, unfortunately. So
Your friend, huh? Your
we weren't
friend
able
with the leader
to
of Fireflies. What are you, like,
do
12?
that here, but in New Game Plus we'll be able to take enough damage to have enough to do it again
Where
here.
are your parents?
So once we get to this cardboard here, we're gonna RC, and that's gonna allow us to jog the rest of the way. This is one of those doors where if you angle yourself right, you'll avoid like a longer animation, but just a small thing. I see there he tried to adjust it. That is something small. So as soon as we skip this cutscene, you want to quickly jog to test and press triangle because it's already gonna be there.
I think it's a bit strange that they're having us do their smuggling.
We'll just wait for her to move the shelf.
We weren't their first choice.
Yeah, before the patch, that 1 second of black screen,
Let's just hope there's someone alive.
you had
to
more
pay us.
time
Someone will
to
be
get there,
around.
but now it's like right away. So so you don't have to move, just angle yourself to the right and move a little bit, then just spam triangle and the prompt will be there. And then spam triangle again for the first part of the generator because it's always gonna start at the bottom. So you can save like half a second there for the first pull of the generator. It's like that for all the generators.
Some bigwig's daughter or something? Something like that.
How long is this all gonna take?
If everything goes as planned, we should get you to them in a few hours. Ellie, once we get out there.
You want to look up as soon as possible here. So as soon as the prompt shows up, you can it switches the cutscene no matter how far away you are.
Hold up. There's a patrol up
If you're just looking straight instead of looking up, it's gonna take longer for the prompt to show up on the display. So
We're good. Come
if
on
you look up, you can save a second or so.
Come on, kid. Watch your step.
This is something I made mistake a lot. You should just make sure you're crouched here because I would try to jog right away. You can't. You gotta go under that. So just stay crouched there, and then once you get past that, you can jog.
I'm actually outside.
Up this way.
So after this next upcoming cutscene, what we're gonna do is, as soon as we're able to run, we're gonna go to the right of Tessa and Ellie, then crouch. Should be able to get in front of both of them. I don't know if I can redo it. Okay, yeah, I can. So yeah, and you can look at Anthony's for maybe more detail, but you just want to go to the right. That time and then. Yeah, if you run fast enough and crouch to the right, you should be able to get in front of both of them. That actually saves 3 seconds. So it's a bit more than obviously it's not like run ending, but it's a good save to get. Whenever you're not actually sprinting, let go of L1, because that'll allow you to have your fast sprint much longer. So even when we're jumping off, let go. When we're climbing up stuff, let go. Because whether you hold it or not, when you climb up, it's the same.
I hear him up ahead.
And as we're like midway fall here, you can do another RC. That'll put us right in front of the gate. So I accidentally pressed triangle early there, but what you want to do is jog forward a bit. Press it. I'll save another second.
Down there.
Come on, Ellie.
This encounter is pretty straightforward. We're just gonna run past everyone. We don't even have to go to the right. So, and you can go right in front of them. You're not gonna get alerted until you get like right in front of them.
I'll clear over here.
But you don't even have to go from the side. This part just takes some practice, but you want to jump like right near the end here, so you can just quickly crouch down. And try to avoid that stagger. Oh. Try again. But Anthony should have maybe an explanation on that. On how to angle properly. But it's not a big deal if you don't get it. I think you have to hold L1 still while you're falling. But just hold crouch. Yeah, there we go. And same as before, don't hold L1
Think we can squeeze through here.
while you're crouched, anytime you're not sprinting.
Shit. I got more
So as soon as they say sector 11, then you can sprint again.
I don't think they see us.
Oh, that's the audio cue for that. Once you stop sprinting here, crouch right away, because that'll be faster than just walking. As soon as they're done saying Jesus, then you can sprint again. Right there. And we'll get another cutscene.
This way. If we cut through downtown, we can hit the Capitol building by sunrise.
We hope.
Yeah, there's a small jump there where it's a little bit quicker. And I'll defer to Anthony for that one as well. Once you get past this line here, right on the line, you can RC. Go on up.
What the hell was that?
Tess, you hear that?
Yeah. Sounded pretty far
So there's
away.
another small quick climb here.
Are we safe?
Um,
For now. Come on.
that you can do. I didn't do it there, but if you want to learn more about those small things, that's another one for Ant. So there's gonna be 2 more pistol that we can pick up here. When you're first starting out, definitely pick it up. Be careful not to look at this artifact. I try to angle it this way where I can just quickly pick it up.
God damn it. Clicker.
Jeez. What's wrong with his face?
That's what years of infection will do to you.
So what, are they blind?
Sort of. They see using sound.
So there's another place where you can just hold square. Instead of having to mash it, and same thing
Feels like
here.
it's about to
You
fall
open the
apart. Watch your head.
Give me a hand with this.
So here you don't have to press square. Same as remastered.
You alright?
It's nothing.
So there's another RC coming
Search
up
for
here that I'll
supplies.
just speeding up Tess and Ellie. As soon as you get past the door here, RC. That's another one where
Look.
check the load
See if
file to
there's a
see
way
exactly where it is. Be careful not to get in way here.
It's clear.
You probably just stand
Come on,
still
All right, kid, you're up.
behind you.
Come on.
So during this encounter with the clicker, there's a way to get the faster climb. You just have to like run towards the wall, and then press
Come on, Biggs, go.
um press X. But that's another one. I'd look at ants, but either way you're not gonna die from the clicker if it's you get the slow climb. Just sprint towards the wall and then
Over the scaffold.
yeah, so there I didn't get it. I'll try one more time. But I don't know the exact button layout for the move. Get the fast climb here. That time I got. So same thing here. As soon as the restart encounter disappears, restart checkpoint again, and that'll get Tess and Ellie to be right in front of you. And once we drop down to this last area on the bottom, we're gonna RC again. And that'll speed up the start of the dialogue with Tess. So once we drop down to where they are, as soon as he jumps down, again.
This is crazy.
And we're coming up to our first real infected encounter that we actually have to kill. Because yeah, before with Joel we did ran past them.
What could possibly go wrong?
So this part's very annoying, like getting to hug the wall here. I try to stay like to the right, like here, just to angle myself enough. Otherwise it's kind of
You're
weird.
okay.
Okay, so yeah, see, sometimes it's annoying. If you do it fast enough, you can get enough in front of Tess here. If you're slow too, she might wait. So either way, get in front of her. So we are gonna skip the revolver here, because we're gonna be able to pick it up after this encounter. So here's the first example of like once we get into an encounter, the restart encounter is gonna show up. So once that shows up, then we can skip a few seconds by starting checkpoint. So we're just gonna run past here and so pick up the bottle as well. I think I forgot there's usually have a brick. I don't remember where. If you don't have a brick before you get here, there's a bottle right in front of you. Just pick that up. And then you want to shoot this runner in the head. And then use this bottle to melee this guy. Get this brick to melee this guy. Then you can headshot these two. And headshot this one. And if you're not comfortable doing the headshot, you can always do like 2 body and a melee. And same with the clicker. You can just shoot it in the head once. And then just melee both of them. So there's a couple variations, but the first way I showed it is the way that's the fastest as of now. So yeah, that. And then pick up this stick, and then same as before, once the restart encounter ends, you can start checkpoint. And we'll be right under revolver, and that's where we're gonna pick it up. Because that'll avoid us wasting time, Joel wasting time looking at the revolver if we pick it up in this area, so that's the main reason we can pick it up there. And we would be wasting too much time
All right, hold on.
doing it other way. You can pick up the revolver and then just use that for the encounter, because then you could get drops, but this would probably be fine. So either way works. So For the most optimized route, you don't need to pick this up, but if you need like extra rag and alcohol for a molly, that's right there. And if you want an extra shiv, there's binding and there. But once you get like to the fastest route possible, you don't need to pick up either of them. So right here, we want to jump like around right there. Try to get like a quick stagger. Otherwise, it takes much longer. I guess Joel has to gather himself. Here we can, as soon as we quick the alcohol, we can jump in and avoid the him picking it up. So there's small time saves. Right there too, you can do a quick climb if you just hold sprint. Again, I would refer to Anthony's tutorial on the. So we definitely have to pick up this brick and make sure you have the brick out, not the pistol, once you get into this encounter. We're gonna be throwing the brick right away. And then don't pick up this molly, same as the revolver. He's gonna stare at it and it's longer. If we pick it up at the end of the encounter, it's gonna be faster. So same as before, as soon as the restart encounter comes, and it's gonna come pretty quick, just restart checkpoint right there. So this is one of the more trickier strats. So let me show you how to do it first, and then we'll walk through the steps. Alright, so I didn't even do it right there. So what you want to do is run for a bit, throw the brick there to get this clicker alerted. And you want to throw it before the clicker gets like fully alerted. And then just run to the door. And when we threw that first brick, that actually alerted the clicker that's all the way at the end where the ladder is to move as well. So yeah, run up to like here. You just have to practice it and you'll get down. So throw it there. Then it's a decently fast window, see, and it goes away. So the quicker the better. The main thing is you don't want to get alerted like in the beginning. If you go too fast, you could get alerted. Like right there. So I run like a bit and then I crouch and then just press R2 to throw the brick even though you didn't press down yet. And then once it gets like almost alerted, then hit it again. There, it didn't work. But that's essentially the strat. Go here. Try to throw it as far as you can within that wall. So here it didn't come again, but usually in the run, when you do it the first or second time, it's good. Down. Yeah, I think because I RC'd so many times, might not work. Or maybe because I RC'd in the middle of the encounter, I think that's why. There. If you do it exactly like that, you'll be fine. It just takes some practice. And just spam triangle once you get to the end. So here we're gonna pick up another brick, and we're gonna pick up the mall. So this is another area where so I don't know if it'll work if I save. I can try. We have to do a multiple. So you want to jump on top of here, then back down, and then shoot the pistol, and then run.
Runners!
Ellie, stay back!
There's two RNGs. This is the fast one where all the runners go to the right and you can run to the cabinet thing to move. But let's try again and see. Okay. I'm gonna see if we can get the other RNG just to show what to do when that happens. Essentially, you want to go like around the car and crouch so you don't get alerted. Okay, perfect. We got it. So see, there's a runner coming here. You want to crouch here and wait till he gets past right around there. And so if you get that, that's the slow RNG, but you still don't have to kill any of them. You don't want to get greedy when waiting for that last runner to run, so just wait a bit, and then otherwise you'll have to kill all of them. Yeah, just be mindful of that. Same with moving the other stuff. There's like a second delay, 1 second delay, so you can press circle 1 second earlier, stop accordingly after a second. Yeah, that's it for that encounter. We'll move on to the music.
Okay, how do we get out of this place?
Let's find out.
We're gonna pick up some revolver ammo here. Sorry, give me a sec. We're gonna pick up the stuff that's here as well. If you just hold triangle, you pick up all of it, most of it that you can.
Yeah.
So you can switch to the revolver here, but you don't have to. First time we'll need the revolver is, I think, for the high school bloater. But the way we do the museum strat,
I'm alive.
you don't need to shoot anyone actually. We're just gonna do brick melee combos like we did with the downtown infected. So yeah, here it's pretty standard stuff. Just run to the door. The clicker's not gonna grab you or kill you. 'Cause it's still taking time getting alerted. Same thing here, and then we're gonna headshot this runner. Just press R1 to get to the pistol. Headshot him. So here what we're gonna do is we're gonna run to the first runner that Ellie's grabbed by, and you can just sprint and melee and you'll one-hit melee. I usually spam triangle in case it drops something, but you want to jump out so you avoid the infected spawn. And then we're gonna brick one of them. The test is guaranteed to oh, I should have made a save file. So let me redo that one because there's a couple things to go over there.
Holy shit. We actually made it.
Everyone okay?
So I was saying earlier, Tess is guaranteed to kill one of them,
You guys are pretty good at this stuff.
and then we have to kill the other two. So you kind of just have to adapt to the situation depending on which one Tess goes, or which one the runner goes after in terms of Tess. So once you see which one she's fighting, you just want to go to the other one and do the brick melee. The reason we don't shoot even with the revolver is because neither of them are one shot, so it's gonna take longer than if you just brick melee both of them. So we picked up that brick at the end of the subway with the clickers. That's where but even if you forget, you saw there's another one on the counter there. So
Okay, how do we get out of this place?
Let's find out.
you should be fine in terms of the throwable there.
shouldn't find them infected in the home.
Yeah. Ah, shit. Sorry, that was me.
All right, watch your head.
Sorry.
Sorry, go.
There's a couple different RNGs as well in terms of where that first runner I meleeed is.
I'm
Um,
alive.
and this is an encounter that's known to be
I'll
like
make my
super
way around.
random.
Look, they're here!
Tess?
So you just kind of have to play it by ear and see what you get. The one I just did is the ideal one you want, where that
Tess.
runner's coming after you while you're going to out of the window. So if you get that, you kind of know that. Sometimes they'll be like right after you, and they'll even jump outside the window. In that case, you can shoot them or wait for them to come back in. So it's kind of just to play it by ear. So save this time. So let's see what we get this time. So run in, just melee. Switch to your throwable. Jump out. See the runners coming after me, that's good. Make sure it locks on. Pick up this one. You can pick up any additional ammo that's here, especially revolver ammo. That's gonna come in handy. So we'll do one more time. Melee him. So jump out. Jump back in. Perfect. So as soon as you jump out, you can RC. And then we'll be right on the top of the stairs.
That's our building.
So we're about an hour in. We've gone to capitals, so yeah. So far not too bad in terms of the small details of the encounter. A lot of as soon as the cutscene ends, RC again, and you skip that whole camera animation. There's like specific ways here to avoid Joel and Tess being Ellie and Tess being in the way, and might have explained that. So maybe check his if you're having trouble with them getting in the way.
There we go.
So as soon as you pass this gutter-ish area right here, then we're gonna RC, and that'll get us this full sprint. So what I was saying before was most of the main encounters are gonna start once we get to Billstown. Until then, kind of be just running past people, like even here in Capital. Try to get in front of Tester if you can. Just got distracted, but
Yeah, sure thing.
yeah, until for Capital as well. You want to shoot once here. Weirdly, you get alerted and you'll get a sprint. Same thing as the other one. As soon as the cutscene's over, RC. You have to skip that whole dialogue with Ellie and Joel.
Totally get it from there.
Now, as soon as the guards talk here, it's like a two-liner. Right there. RC again. Which is target neutralize. You get the full sprint again. And same as we talked before, when you're jumping and stuff, just let go of sprint. You can have the fast sprint a little longer. Like we talked about earlier, we don't need the rifle.
I got this.
Run past them. I didn't do that properly. You should be able to just get around them. But if not, you can RC there as well. Now that the new patch has the black screen's not part of the encounter, that RC might be a little faster. Same one right there. As soon as you drop like halfway through, do another restart checkpoint.
Stay down. I don't know how many more there are.
Yeah, just kind of take that same path. They're not gonna shoot you, and that last guy doesn't see you until like It's too late. Let's jump down.
Following us.
Damn it.
So same thing here. We're just gonna run past the guard. Before the patch, we were able to keep our sprint even after the puzzle with the plank, but
You spot him? No.
since the patch, it's gonna be we're gonna be jogging again. But this whole area here, until we get into the water, we'll be able to sprint through. Want to make sure you get to that last door here and then go to the right. It'll be going this way will make us run instead of having to swim.
We'll figure something out.
And then once you get near the end, you jump and then go down. Come through here.
Ellie?
So you want to try to angle the plank. Sorry, not the plank, but the pallet right near Ellie, just to save as much time as possible.
Look, it still works.
Because it could get wonky in terms of
Get on.
Really?
where it's placed.
Ellie.
But once he says get on, that's how you know you're good. You won't be able to move it again.
Be careful.
And I tried lining up right in front of this pole here. That way she gets off right away. Otherwise, sometimes you might have to adjust it. Yeah,
Let's get out of here.
probably stop this video here, just a good stopping point, because Billstown's gonna have a lot of stuff. As well as the upside down encounter, etc. This pretty much concludes the first part of the restricted tutorial. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna put Ant's tutorial playlist in the description, as well as the Tlu speedrunning Discord.
Hey, look.
You can always ask questions there,
About
as well
Tess.
as find any new strats people are
Here's
using.
how this thing's gonna play out.
Um,
You don't bring up Tess. Ever.
and yeah,
Matter of fact, we just keep our
pretty
histories
much
to
it.
ourselves.
If I remember anything else, I'll
Secondly,
put it in the
don't tell anybody about your condition.
next video. I'll also
Something
include a
crazy will
link
try to
of
kill you.
where on
And I say
speedrun.com you would
do
submit the
what
run
I say
once
I
you're
say
done, as well as where all the rules are.
Clear?
If you forgot what
Sure.
settings to
Repeat it.
turn off
What you
for the
say
run to be
goes.
valid. So those are the 3 links I'll include in the
Good.
description of all the tutorials.
Now there's a town a few miles.
But yeah, if you got to the end of this video, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.